today protesting for Palestine in the 652nd day of the Gaza genocide. For me, it's important to be here because what happens to Palestinians, affects us all over the world. People in Gaza have been under siege for 16 years. They're denied self-determination constantly, and I'm an Aboriginal person, and it's the same for my people here, where, denied sovereignty of our homelands. It's abhorrent. I don't think that anyone, would rightly watch a genocide and not do something about it.
So a few days ago, I'm sure everyone else saw the images and saw the news that made my blood boil. And it was my city of Damascus being struck by Israel right in the heart of the city. But also, while they're bombing Syria, the genocide in Gaza continues. And just days ago, a baby, only weeks old, starved to death. And on that same day, 116 Palestinians were killed, and 38 of them were shot while lining up to get food and water. What a disgrace that this is the reality for Palestinians, and this is what Israel is allowed to do. People are forced to march to their death. And Israel cuts off food, it bombs aid convoys, and then kills the desperate people who are trying to get some help, some food or water.
I'm a mum with 3 children, and I got sick of watching social media and seeing children in body bags and under rubble. Sick and tired of seeing parents crying and carrying their children in different bags and trying to scatter their bits up from the ground. That is not enough. We need to do something. We are complicit in this, and if one person show up, and you can see the hundreds of other people that are here, we cannot allow Israel to continue a genocide and put it under self-defense. It's not self-defense to slaughter children. All mothers and fathers and aunties and uncles and grandparents need to stand up. And if you're not educated, if you think it's complicated, it's not complicated. Someone is killing children, and it's not the people of Gaza. Israel is committing a genocide. We need to put an end to it now.
You're committing genocide. Albanese, you can't hide.
You're committing genocide.
Penny Wong, you can't hide.
You're committing genocide.
ALP, you can't hide.
You're committing genocide.
That's right, because what they're doing, their exposure of their weapon sales to Israel is not just complicity, but committing war crimes, atrocities, and going against international law. We are signatory to international law, and we go against that.
I can tell you nothing I have experienced in my life or career would compare to the suffering and devastation I saw in Gaza. I am here today as a witness to these atrocities. Entire cities reduced to rubble, hardly a building or a home left standing, the entire population living in tent encampments. So every single day I treated men, women, and children with gunshot wounds to the head and chest, many of whom covered in flour and dry food because they were attacked while trying to get aid. I treated injuries from explosions that had torn through the bodies of innocent women and children while they were sleeping in their tents, knowing most of them would not survive because the army that had inflicted these injuries is also blocking medical aid required to treat them. I want you to imagine for a moment Christmas morning here in Australia. A young child is getting dressed and is excited for the day to come. He can't wait to celebrate, to see his family, to play with his friends. Then a violent explosion rips through his home and sends shrapnel all through his body. In Gaza, you don't have to imagine it. That boy's name was Omar, and he was killed on Eid al-Adha 2025. I can assure you, there is no sound more haunting in this world than the sound of a father's cry when you have to tell them their child is dead, or a mother pleading with you to save her child, knowing that you can't. I'm so sorry to the ones I couldn't help. I share these memories with you so we can all remember them. To remember Omar and Nasma and Muaz and Buha and the countless other children who have been traumatized or killed in this genocide, whose childhood was stolen. Brothers and sisters, my faith teaches me that people who commit these atrocities will be judged. But also teaches me that it does not mean that we don't have any responsibility in this life. If we see evil and suffering, we are responsible to try to stop it. With our actions, and if we are unable with our actions, with our words, and if we are unable with our words, then with our hearts and prayers.